cool news, a California man restored one of the first Mercedes-Benz cars. Look at that. A mobile, fully functioning piece of history. Isn't it amazing? The bad news, he's a California guy and clearly didn't check with the state's environmental safety provisions. The carbon footprint on this thing? Forget it. It doesn't run on solar or wind or fingers crossed wishes, so no doubt this vehicle will be confiscated. Congratulations, Earth. We saved you yet again. Speaking of California, here's Katie Porter.
We're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my shot.
How can you not look at her without a certain song coming to mind?
Out of my shop.
Ugh, back to the lock with you, Nessie.
She's as beautiful on the outside as she is on the inside. In divorce proceedings, her husband said that she poured scalding hot mashed potatoes on his head. Shocking, isn't it? She had a husband? The truly outrageous thing isn't that she's a mean hag. It's what she's talking about. She was claiming that 500,000 Californians would prematurely die of air pollution unless everyone converted to electric. She doesn't have a shred of evidence to back that up. And meanwhile in California, they have some other things to actually fear. You know, things like Gavin Newsom and Katie Porter and the like, allowing 62,000 commercial driver's licenses to go out to illegal aliens who can't drive, leading to tragedies like this where 3 people needlessly died. It's tragic in that certainly an American citizen truck driver could have done this, but any crime committed by an illegal alien begins and ends with the simple statement that they shouldn't have been here to commit it in the first place. Is this going to be a new safety feature for new cars? Blind side monitoring? Third world trucker detection? And just think of all the liberal bullshit you have to listen to. They're doing the jobs that nobody won't do. Who's going to pick your produce, clean your toilets, and who's going to plow their 18-wheeler into you? Dare I say that that's a more important job? What are they going to say next? Who's going to fly your planes and operate on your aorta? By the way, if you're offended by the term illegal alien or illegal immigrant,
I'm upset!
You're absolutely worthless. I've had friends who actually play this card. Truth can't be sacrificed for good manners all the time. Otherwise, good manners becomes the truth. And the truth is, describing illegal immigrants as simply immigrants or undocumented, a misleading description of missing identification as being the problem, or asylum seekers when the broad majority of them would not qualify as asylum seekers, is an extremely calculated propaganda technique. Turning inoffensive descriptions into offensive ones is a semantic square dance I'm just not willing to do anymore. It's not an organic grassroots evolution of language, it's a political ploy. So if you get caught up in that, you're getting caught up by design. You're being used. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say used. I mean, you're being pre-owned. Quick word, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe right now. I will be doing more off-the-cuff reaction videos. But if you want to help me out big time, become a member at patreon.com/jokesandapoint. Paid members at any level will get a free Trump tumbler. I sell them out of my trunk. They're going like hotcakes. In seriousness, I'd like to thank the latest members, Danielle and John. Thanks to them and everybody who supports me. Hey, are you interested in getting that latest trans kids book but having no luck? Well, just march yourself right over to the Barack Obama library, why don't you? No doubt inspired by a Tetris block or something. This building really epitomizes progressive thought. We've seen the same thing with Jill Biden's idea of Christmas presentations. Progressive is simply weird and hideous. This is exactly what an elitist Marxist would want. Give me something contemporary. Revolutionary for our times, which translated just means odd and unpleasing, like the Martin Luther King statue, or the Obama presidential portrait, which looks like it's in dire need of a weed whacker.
Painting those people who come from many of the black and brown underserved communities throughout the world. Here, you're dealing with actual power, not metaphorical, but it's depiction.
What the hell are you talking about?
The formula is the same. New, different, but odd and ugly. And that's what you got with the Death Star library over here.
Libraries are citadels of knowledge and empathy, creating safe spaces.
What the hell are you talking about?
Again, only a progressive would say a library is a citadel of empathy and a safe space. Yes, books do cover the shared human experience, which can result in empathy, but raising empathy as an equal with knowledge is dangerous. As Allie Beth Stuckey and Gad Saad explained,
Well, if I feel so deeply how someone feels that I end up validating a lie, telling them something that's not true to make them feel better, or affirming what God calls sin, or I would argue if it leads us to support destructive policies that are bad for the individual, bad for society, then your empathy has led you to a really dangerous place, even if you started with good intentions.
The problem is when empathy misfires, it either becomes hyperactive or it misfires in directing the empathy to the wrong person. So, for example, illegal immigrants more important than American vets, right? And I can show you many public policies where you have these insane policies, all of which are due to suicidal empathy.
if you consider places of learning to be safe spaces that prioritize feelings, then that's not compatible with knowledge, because knowledge might hurt your feelings. Furthermore, Obama is an Ivy League leftist elitist. If this is the general attitude of the highly educated class, no wonder why they've fallen so far with their papier-mâché mental toughness. They don't want to debate. Disagreement is rude and unsafe and a threat to compassion. Remember that controversy a while ago in New York City when they planned to build a mosque by the Twin Towers? Well, now it sounds like they're going to build a mosque right on top of the whole city.
And he couldn't name a single mosque at the last debate we had that he visited. And what Muslims want in this city is what every community wants and deserves. They want equality and they want respect. And it took me to get you to even see those Muslims as part of this city. And that, frankly, is something that is shameful and is why so many New Yorkers have lost faith in this politics.
Yeah, except that is totally false. I've worked with the Muslim community for many years.
Name a single mosque.
Has he piled around with imams who celebrated the Twin Towers coming down? Has he bothered to make up stories about an aunt who was afraid to wear a hijab because of prejudice after 9/11?
I want to speak to the memory of my aunt who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
Cuomo's such a shill, he would say, I have met with the Muslim community countless times. As it happens, I also have a fake aunt who was afraid to wear a hijab, and many times I encouraged her to put it on so all New Yorkers could see it. Just tell me what you want to hear, and I will say it. One thing, I don't want to hear about terrified Muslims, because as far as I can tell, they don't exist. Personally, I'm not an Islamophobe, but I am a Londonophobe, a Dearbornophobe, a Minneapophobe.
The city of Minneapolis changed its noise ordinance, now allowing the Islamic call to prayer to be broadcast from speakers year-round 5 times a day.
I do think proportion matters, and a majority setting the tone matters. Assimilation matters. I like diversity, but I want to sample it from a distance. Savor it, appreciate it, and then go the f*** home. I have enough diversity at home, by the way. I'm half Jewish in a mixed-race marriage, and my kids go to church. I'm all set.
If Trump would say no, we wouldn't be having a protest.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Tell me this guy isn't Antifa, by the way. And if he isn't, you know he will be soon. Hey, look, I'm not a big guy, but if you're going to be a mega beta geek nerd, then at least have the courtesy of being smart. What is there to say to a guy like this?
Get a life, will you, people?
Hey, buddy, why don't you go back to the Obama library where you belong?
If we had a king, we wouldn't be able to have the protest.
No, we would. We would. We would. Place the worst dictatorships in the world have protests. You don't understand that. Do you really think that a dictator, a king, is all powerful? No, they're weak. They are weak.
Wrong! Fun fact, brutal dictatorships have a surprisingly low number of protests. Pol Pot, Stalin, Mao, Fidel, Idi Amin, Kim Jong-un. Remember all the no kings protests that they faced down? That's the thing, these people are so captured, so smothered in their own talking points, that they fail to realize just how ridiculously ignorant they are. Do they not get that there's a huge difference between, say, this, where you're watching genuine heroism and courage, and then you got, this? I know. Trump is evil personified. Did you see how ruthlessly he redesigned that east wing of the White House? He tore it down like the butcher that he is. The left only knows how to fearmonger disproportionately. Haven't we learned that yet? You had COVID and they locked down everybody's lives. They talk climate change, where they want to lock down everybody's lives. And they've been trying to terrorize everybody into thinking that Trump is Hitler. He won the popular vote. He won every swing state on an agenda to fight wokeism and to simply enforce the laws that already exist, to stop our borders from looking like a looted Walmart. These attitudes were right down the middle 20 years ago. It's radically centrist. Meanwhile, as Trump is delivering peace and trade deals, thank goodness we have Hollywood stars to tell us that these achievements mean nothing. We need to listen to our betters like Robert De Niro or Ellen Pompeo.
Trump does not understand anything about humanity, people. He has no empathy.
And ask themselves, we all should ask ourselves, why do we look at something and at face value make a judgment about it? I think we do that as human beings, and I think we all need a lot more empathy right now. And
empathy. Oh, there's that word again.
Old white men, the only ones who are allowed to be felons.
Right.
No one else can stay in this country if they're a felon.
And in the name of empathy, you can cast aspersions on white men, particularly old ones. She's arguing that illegal aliens, even those who commit felonies here, should be able to stay. Really? You know, I do think we need some empathy. But can we start with the people in those cars?
Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Be sure to pass around to anybody who might like my content. And I'll see you the next time.